Tank Engine JackArthur was very happy. He has a very good branch line onto his own. He was on time and never been late. Good morning! My branch line was the pride of the line. Would you agree? Yes, JackArthur, of course, but what, Greenliner? Out with it. Well, there is another engine with a famous branch line as well, like you. Who? Where? Explained JackArthur anxiously. I know, but Mr. Mainland Controller said he might visit us. When? Well, Sunday actually. What are you thinking of? I'm thinking someone that's the color blue, like the sky, said Greenliner. He was telling tales. So, I'm telling someone that's the color blue and a tank engine like you, JackArthur. Wow, thanks. I really like it. It sounds awesome. On the other side of England, across every bridge, was the island of Sodor. For everyone's number one hero was Thomas. And all of his friends lived there. The one that Greenliner he was telling of.
I don't believe it, muttered Gordon furiously. What's Thomas got that an important engine like me hasn't? Tell me that. Gallivanting off to museums. Bah! He is old, said James. If the Fat Controller says he can be a museum piece, why should we worry? It's not fair, though, grumbled Henry. For a chance like this, he wouldn't have minded being a museum piece himself. The jealous engines all ignored Thomas when they saw him at the junction. So we hear. Why me? Thomas asked Percy. Fancy the National Railway Museum people at... Where is it? He and Percy wanted to go with Thomas, but they knew that someone had to stay and run the branch line while he was away. How much longer till we go? Thomas asked his driver. 1 day less than when you asked before, laughed his driver. Anyone would think you wanted to be a museum piece. Thomas grinned. Gordon, Henry and James are just jealous, he chuckled. Who else is at this museum? Is Flying Scotsman there, or Duck's friend, City of Truro? We shall have to wait and see, said the fireman. I'll be very surprised if there isn't someone there that you can remember from the old days. And that, of course, made Thomas more excited than ever. At last the day came. A large crowd came to the junction to see Thomas off, and the Fat Controller was there too. Goodbye, Thomas, he said. Enjoy yourself and be a credit to our railway. Everyone gave 3 cheers and Thomas set off. They ran across the island and over the bridge leading to the other railway. It was a slow journey, but at last they reached a place Thomas's driver called Carnforth.
Meanwhile, at England's Vicar station, all the engines were waiting for Thomas's arrival. He runs a famous branch line just like JackArthur's, he said to Jock, the big, blue, fastest engine. I bet he is, agreed Jock. Wouldn't you agree, JackArthur? JackArthur didn't. Well, he maybe hasn't famous, but mine is better than his. Everybody knows that. And he puffed away to collect his coaches for the evening train. Look, look! We're waiting for ages. I can't find Thomas anywhere. We could see him soon, Greenliner. Can't we, fellows? Suddenly they heard a steam engine whistle. It was a whistle that made all the people and the engines all very excited and happy. It was Thomas, puffing into the yards. I hope you'll meet JackArthur soon, because they're both the same. Because they're both tank engines. Until Mr. Mainland Controller was very happy to see him. And he, Greenliner, shunted coaches all day till the sun went down. That evening, JackArthur finally met Thomas. I'm sorry, can't talk. It's time for my evening passenger run. I mustn't be late. What JackArthur didn't realize that he was farly out of sight. Mr. Mainland's controller had missed his train and came running around the platform.
Moments later came the alarm. Stop all trains. The signalman answered the telephone. A special, is it? I see.
JackArthur was getting patient. Why are we waiting? My passengers are getting delayed.
Sorry, this driver. We're being shunted to allow another train to pass.
Then there was an unfamiliar puffing noise. It was Thomas. He pumping past JackArthur and straight through the station. Well, bubbling boilers. The next morning, JackArthur was still complaining. Shunted and branch lines. It's very unfair. I'm very sorry, said Thomas. I was a very special. Why? Your controller had missed his train, and Greenliner said I can take him. We had a great run together, but it can make an engine anxious not to run the railway. And from that day on, JackArthur and Thomas became very good friends.